How's it going, everyone? So this is going to be the first tutorial for NodeScapes, and it's not going to be very long. I'd say about 15-20 minutes, and we're just going to quickly work through what some of the tools do, what some of the nodes do, and how to sort of get yourself started and just let at that point when you kind of know what does what, you can just let your imagination take over and get through it there. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create this, and what we've got here is something. I'm not too sure what you would say it is, like maybe a desert environment or something like that. We've got some Voronoi going on there. We've got a big crack down the middle, which we can adjust the value of. We've got some edge fade going on, which we can offset and move it around. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to create this particular setup. So first thing we're going to do is just head straight into that there. And at this point, I'm assuming you've already watched the video on how to install NodeScapes and enable it and get it all in your viewport and things like that. If you haven't, click the bloop bloop at the top there, and it will take you to that video. It's only 3 minutes long. It'll just let you know how to install it and set it. So we're going to get rid of everything. We don't need any of this. I'm going to drag this screen over. I'm going to head into NodeScapes. I'm going to leave the viewport pretty small. We don't need that much information to see there. But what I will do is I will add in a second viewport node and just go like sort of top-down view to the side or something like that. So yeah, okay, let's add a new node tree, and we're going to call this cracked terrain, and just save it for now. And we're going to head over to the end panel and just enable debug so that we can see how long nodes are taking. And we're going to refresh our presets and just add the base preset in. For now, we can just close that panel. We don't need to see that. So I'm going to enable the UVs first, because at some point I am going to be adding a height map in. So we need to enable the UVs, and that'll automatically generate them for you. And we're going to use our master node, leave that over there somewhere. So I suppose the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create like a base. So what we want to do here is add in a noise type. So we're going to go to noise, and we're going to add in a hetero terrain. Just drag that out so we can see some of the values. And you won't see anything at first because we don't have any subdivisions. We've only got 4. So I'm going to set this to 50 for now, just so I can see the general shape forming together. And I'm not overly fussed about where any of these values go, but the offset will automatically live preview the offset of that noise pattern. So I'm probably going to leave the noise scale as it is, because I want to keep this as a base. I want to keep it as hetero terrain and use the Perl and U mathematical model. I'm going to change the noise scale to maybe like 5 or something, just to break it up. I don't know, detail like 10. We won't see any of this yet because we haven't upped the subdivision level, but I'm going to set that to like 0.25 just to lift it a touch, take it 0.25 above sea level. And then I'm going to probably add a smooth step in on this. Yeah, so let's go to the value mappings, and we're going to add the smooth step, and we're going to change this handle to back. And what that'll do is it basically uses a curve which goes down, and then it comes back up and then goes down again, as you can kind of see there. So we've got the curve handle that goes down and then back on itself and then levels out. So we're going to use that for this one. I'm going to leave both handles on at the minute, front and back handle. But I want to make sure that this isn't so intensely high. So I'm probably going to, first of all, I'm going to increase the size of this to 4x4, just so I can see what's going on. And this stuff here we can sort in a minute. We don't need to address that now. We can put a clamp node or anything on there to just drop that back. But I'm going to actually add in a math node, and it's going to be a multiply node. At the minute, it automatically snaps into the factor. We want to snap it into the first value, and I'm going to leave it at 0.5 for now. And then to sort of, where was it? Yeah, to split this like this, what we need to do is we need to add an edge fade. So we're going to go to the inputs, the value mappings. We're going to clap an edge fade on here. It'll automatically snap into the top one. And then we're just going to Control Shift right click this just to give it a reboot. Make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it is. So I'm going to set this from linear to ease. And I'm going to remove the Y axis for now. I'm probably gonna offset it a touch, yeah, to bring it in. So essentially what we're seeing here is this here, we're increasing the offset across the X axis, which is this bit, which basically pulls the two sides in. So we're increasing it a touch across there, maybe like that. Yeah, and offsetting the Y doesn't do anything because there is no, it's just up and down. So there's no Y value there. This, for this to move, we'd need to be using like this offset. And then probably increase the radius to like 2. Yeah, keep the radius like that. Maybe bring the offset up a bit more. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to add another multiply node in. So you can either Control Shift D, click Shift D to bring it over and then move it back into the correct one. And I'm going to increase the value if that's like 1.5. No, 2. Yeah, 2 to bring it higher. So we've kind of done this bit now, which was this bit. So we've done that bit now. Now we're going to work on the basically breaking up like the ground. So we're going to add in another noise. Go to noise. What am I going to do? Voronoi, yeah. Object into the value, and then we're just going to Control Shift right click this to see what that does. And I'm going to drag and multiply in because I don't want it to be that super high. Set that to like 0.5. Yeah, I've already done that. I've already set that to 0.5. And then I'm going to add in another hetero terrain, pretty similar to that one. The values are going to be. So I'm just going to copy that over and snap that in there. And I'm going to do the same here. Bring that down because I don't want those values to be insane. And I'm just going to multiply the Voronoi by the hetero terrain so we can see what's going on. I'm probably going to bring that down a touch. Yeah, I am. So I can see the Voronoi appearing through that. And then we're going to add those two together from before. So let's just put that in there, change that to an add math node, and yeah, because I want to add that to that. Okay, so that goes there, and then we can add them in and maybe bring that down a bit. I had to increase that a touch, increase that a touch. Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, okay, that'll do. Just add them all together. And then we're going to use a height map. So you can get these anywhere. They're black and white maps. You can download them from online. They're usually free. You can use like Terrain Mapper or something, I think it's called, online, which just allows you to export black and white maps. So we've got the enabled UVs. We're going to go into inputs and add an image input. Put that there and snap that into the front. And then I'm just going to open any. This is one of my downloads. I like that one, yeah. And we're going to view it, which looks crazy. But we're going to just bring this over here. Drop a multiply on it again. Bring the factor all the way up. And then just multiply it by a small amount. Something like that. Maybe point. Yeah, that'll do for now. We'll fine tune it in a bit. And then we're just going to basically add these two together. And see there, yeah, so we've got the two of them added together. Well, let's have a look if we swap them around. Let's see what happens if we swap them around. So adding that to that. So yeah, we can. Yeah, no, I prefer it the other way. Yeah, we want to add that to that. That'll do. Yeah, okay. And now what we want to do is we want to create that kind of this effect, this kind of broken, cracked ground effect. So we're going to use a fractal noise. So we're going to shift noise, and we're going to go to the shift noise fractal, put that in there, and just drag the thing into the value and have a look at it. And it's looking completely wrong at the minute, so we're going to head over to Voronoi Crackle in the base, and it looks mental, but don't worry about that. So we're going to bring the scale down first to like 3 or something like that, and the intensity, I'm going to bring it up a bit, and then the noise scale, I'm going to bring that up a bit too. So you can start to see from here, like you can see the crackle effect happening. Leaving the noise detail as it is, and we're going to just add a multiply onto this to sort of decrease that value, and we're going to set this to real low, like 0.1 or something like that. And you can see now that that's basically what we had before. But it's looking quite sharp. So we're going to add in you can do this one of two ways. You can add a quick one in just by doing smooth, like smoothing the whole thing up, or we can Control X. We can add in a thermal erosion node. We're going to change the angle threshold to 0.25 and the erode amount to like 0.5, and just no 0.25. Divvy 25, and then increase the iterations. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to basically duplicate all of this. So this, duplicate that, and plug you in to this, and do the same for you, and plug you into this, and then we're going to grab you, plug you into that, plug you into that, change you to add, and have a look at it. And you won't see anything because we've not dealt with the scale here. So we're going to go to 0.5 and 0.5, and we're going to offset it a touch so they don't line up completely. And then we're just going to bring this down, maybe increase the scale a bit more. Yeah, okay. Bring you down a little bit. Maybe if we go to like multiply, let's see what happens there. Yeah, I think I prefer the multiply. Yeah, okay. So now that we've done that, we're just gonna like bang this into the tree. So again, add it, bring the factor up, put you in the bottom. I think it would have been. Yeah, it would have been. So now we've got that broken up thing going on there, and now we want to add in the big crack or the fault line or whatever we want to call that. So that's again pretty easy, but there are a couple of math nodes and values that need to go into place now. So we're going to add in another noise, and it's going to be the marble, and we're going to put that into the value and just view it, and it looks bonkers. So we're going to change the noise scale to like 0.35 so that we can slide it down, and then we're going to change the shape from default to X, so it only generates along that X line, and then we're going to change the bias to a cos bias and sharp inverse. Leave it as marble, leave it as pale and new. We're going to snap that to hard. You won't see anything in a minute, but this does come in. So we're going to add math node multiply, I think. Yeah, we are, and we're going to multiply that by like 4. And then we're going to add in a math add node and put that in the bottom and multiply that by like 1. So we're going to bring that up, and then we're going to do another multiply into the top, and then multiply that like 1.1 or something like that. And then we're going to add in a subtract in here. Where is subtract? And view that. We're going to bring that down. No, leave that as it is for now, and bring that up. And we're going to, yeah, keep that there. And then what we want to do is we want to add like a clamp in. So that is in the value mapping math clamp. So we're going to put that on the top because that is the value that we are clamping. And the maximum value, increase it a touch, and the minimum value, we're going to just decrease that to the point where we can't see anything. And then we're going to add one more node in for the math team. We've subtracted that, so we flipped it because I've put it in the factor. Oopsie daisies. We're going to set it to multiply, and we're going to set it to 2, 3, 4. I don't know. So essentially, what we've done there is we've clamped to the top, and then we've got to go back up here, and we're going to see that this is all not going to work now. So we've clamped that top, and we've got to add that. Got to add an add in. And we're going to add that there, and we're going to add that there, and we're going to bring that down. And then we are going to bring that down a touch. Let's have a look here. What did I plug the multiply in? Yeah. Let's have a look. So factors 1, subtract. Yeah. Let's have a look here. Did I plug that in the right one? I did indeed. Bring that in to tighten it up. And let's have a look. Do we need to subtract that again? No, we needed to multiply it again. Actually, if we do a subtract, let me have a look. How did I do it before? No, yeah, okay. Do another multiply for whatever reason. And we can see now that that's created our crack. Maybe we want to offset that a touch. Yeah. Yeah, we do. There we go. So now we've got our crack. And we can now increase the subdivision level. Maybe actually we want to... I think I put some erosion on this earlier. Let me just check. Did I put some erosion on this? Yeah, I did. I've got the erosion there. So that one goes into this one. Yeah, it would have gone into this one. Simulations, hydraulic, because it is hydraulic. And we're going to keep the inertia quite low. So 0.1, I think I had it at sediment capacity factor. Yeah, set the minimum sediment amount to like 0.5. Erosion speed, 0.5. Deposit speed, we're going to leave that out. No, we're going to increase that to 1 so it deposits a lot quicker. Gravity evaporation, I think we left. Gravity we left. Maximum lifetime with 150, I believe. Yep, and then maybe increase that to like 2500, just so we get a bit more actual particles being, or raindrops being simulated on it. Yeah, you can see now that it's like been chopped up by some rain. So at this point, it's like we can save our preset if we want. So we're just going to go in here and click on that and save preset. So preset, major, fault line, save that, and that will be saved here because it's all alphabetical. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the resolution, so please do pray for me, because what we're essentially doing now is we're asking earlier when you could move values around and it'd all be happening in real time. That was because the node was only having to calculate from that node forward. Whereas now what we're asking this to do is calculate every single node. So it's going through every single node, recalculating everything, reprocessing every single node, where they join up, the simulation tools, everything to get to the final output. And it can take a second or two, or 10 or 20. I'm not too sure how many seconds this is going to take, but it'll be fun to find out. Here we go. So now we have a high detailed or higher detailed version with a nice big crack running down the thing here. And again, if you wanted to, you could go like to the very end and move stuff around, and it will still move stuff. You'll still get the detail, and it'll still be doing it pretty quickly. The reason it does it still pretty quickly is because it's just calculating that node forward. And if we do like here, it's just calculating that node forward, and so on and so forth. So there we go. We've got this thing, whatever it is, and I think it looks pretty neat. It could probably do with a little bit of, I don't know, like some smooth and simulation, smooth that a touch. Really smooth that off a little bit. Yeah. And there we go. We've got this thing that we made, and it's amazing. We're going to arrange all of those and just keep it all nice and tidy. And that is however long that was for. How long did we do that for? We did 20 minutes. So we're at the 22-minute mark, and I think that's a record for me. So I'm going to leave that with you there. I will. I mean, you've seen the node tree, so I'm not going to give it to you because that would be cheating. But that's there. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe. It would do us a world of justice. I do hope you're enjoying this, and I can't wait to see all of your creations, guys. So, on that note, have fun, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.